Oh, really?
No, it was best place.
Oh, are you taking video right now?
We all know how
Why not, man?
Oh, yeah.
so
I want to
Yeah,
do
a little
that
bit.
too.
And then
crazy. Rob is a tyrant. Sometimes he doesn't see past his own.
We are in this podcast. Whoa! You're videotaping you.
Indeed, I am.
That's pretty exciting.
Welcome one and all to the Best Damn Tech Show period. This is January 29th, 2007. And this is a good place to get your tech news, reviews, opinions, and all that fun stuff as well.
Sure is.
Yep.
Well, welcome to my right, Brandon McNally.
Hello.
He's a ZZ Top leftover.
On my way.
Played for ZZ Top too.
I'm on my way.
Absolutely. And to my left, the very Reverend Sir Adam Plant. Welcome.
Oh, a knight and a reverend, huh?
Absolutely, sir. No, it's very reverend. It's
A paladin,
fabulous.
if you will.
And of course, to our Best Damn audience, look at them all.
Yeah.
Look at them all. You know, you got Moby Ryan, you got the Iggsy, you've got Schmitty, of course, Schmitty. Brandon's not here. A noticeable absence.
Yes.
Rumor has it that he has actually gone to Oregon,
Yes.
to the bestiality camp there, and he's
There's some legal entanglements.
he's loving it.
The email I got was balls deep in Billy Goat.
Now he's
Nice.
balls deep in the law.
Yeah. So we wish him all the best as well.
You should like that boy.
Absolutely. And of course, shout out to our good mate, Dr. Drew, over there in Seattle. He will be chiming in. You can't keep him away.
Always.
Nope.
He's right in the thick of it there, too.
Absolutely,
Right in the
man.
thick
It's,
of it.
it's awesome when he's got his thumb on the neck vein of the web, as it were, right?
Really?
Feeling the pulse.
Oh, the pulse, right. That's the neck vein.
Neck vein.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a medical term. Look it up.
Neck vein. Come on.
So, we welcome you all to the Best Damn Tech Show. Best Damn News. There is... You like that?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. Lots of news to get through today, and we're going to get through it quickly because we know you're busy people. We're busy people. We don't have a life so that you do. Right?
Who's got-
You know how it
Right.
works? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have a life. do you?
No, negative.
Exactly.
Absolutely
exactly. We got some mates over there at Fox Studios.
Yeah.
They're none too pleased with YouTube. None too pleased at all. They've actually slapped a subpoena on YouTube requesting that not only they take down new episodes, someone posted new episodes of The Simpsons and 24, that lovable show 24 with, what's that guy?
Kiefer.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Jack
You
Bauer.
can see I watch it all the time. And so, yeah, they're none too pleased. They're requesting that it get taken down, and requesting that they reveal the person who actually uploaded.
A subpoena, huh?
Oh, that's. They want them to name.
So the honorable Judge Rupert Murdoch presides
Yes, of
and
course.
issues a subpoena, huh?
Yeah.
Well, now here's the question: by new episodes, do you mean before they've aired on TV?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
The question is, how did I get this episode?
Somebody
Plan.
showed me
Oh,
24.
Didn't happen on these.
Oh, really?
premises.
Before it came out? Mm-hmm. Wow.
And,
You got your pulse. Finger on the
yeah,
pulse.
and I only found out
Don't
about
do that.
it.
You'll hurt yourself.
Yeah. From online sources. People were all over the place. So it's not just YouTube users that are doing this, obviously. There's a whole bunch of different sources. But I'm just wondering, it seems that they don't care if it's episodes that already aired as much.
Not as much.
Obviously,
Not
but
as much,
still,
that's true.
you'd think this would include everybody that posted old Simpsons episodes and clips of
And
Homer
they're all
belching
over.
and everything, right?
Yeah,
There's
they're all over.
everybody's done that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So they really want to make this guy an example.
Yeah, my question is, will Google release the info? I don't know. We'll
Wow.
see.
Yeah, we'll
we'll see. Traditionally, they don't, so I don't think they will.
Yeah.
That's just my call, though. There's this thing between the Blu-ray and the HD, DVD, and whatnot. It's been going on for quite a while now. Apparently, Blu-ray, it's the Sony,
Yes.
has been cracked.
Broken.
A little crack down the middle.
Which now that now that it's cracked, it can catch right up there with HD DVD, which
Which
was
is already
also cracked.
Yeah,
Right.
By the same
a
guy.
while ago. Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
the same guy, known
He's
only
very
as
cracked.
Muslix64.
Muselix?
Muslix64.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and he cracked the HD DVD and then put out software to kind of help you rip them.
Yeah.
And then I guess he's gonna do the same with Blu-ray, or has already done. I know he's
That's
cracked it.
sort of
I don't
wild.
see if it's been released yet.
Wow.
Yeah, he
No
made the
way.
HD DVD cracker.
That's crazy. That guy's definitely got himself a job somewhere if he doesn't have one already, right? That's a good resume.
Yeah.
What do you put down?
Problem
Your
is-
cracker?
Yeah.
When they ask for your name and it's Muslix64,
Right.
they'll be like, "Do you have a Zosh for that?" No,
You could
not
just say,
really.
let's just say I cracked 2 of the hottest new high definition DVD technologies coming out. I'm not going to say which, but, you know.
Right. That doesn't look too bad, actually.
All right.
So, a lot of people saying that Blu-ray has actually lost the race anyway because, the PS3 and...
That was an industry issue
Oh, yeah?
that got the Blu-ray. Yeah, see, the biggest issue with Blu-ray, I mean, leaving all like superior, not superior quality and that sort of thing out, they can't manufacture them fast enough. The failure rate of creating the blue diode that they use to create these is just phenomenal. It's way expensive because of the failure rate. More actually fail than are actually able to produce.
That
So
doesn't sound like it's going to
no,
last very long.
an industry that never works. So basically, like you may have read earlier during the race, back in August when Sony had to tell everybody that was going to manufacture Blu-ray DVDs that sorry, we need to keep the Blu-ray or the blue diodes for ourselves.
Yeah,
So they had to
right.
say maybe later, guys, and then they put them all into most of them into the PS3,
Right.
and they still couldn't make demand on the PS3, not near as
Wow.
far as like Nintendo did with the Wii. And in addition to that, they also couldn't. That's why you don't see a lot of Blu-ray DVD players on the market either.
True.
So it's looking like HD DVD is going the way of VHS, Blu-ray, beta.
Right now, unless they get that blue. Well, I believe the diodes. I've read somewhere, and I can't confirm this right now, that the same diode is used in HD
Oh,
DVD.
really?
But I find that hard to believe, considering that HD DVD demand is met.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So
The biffo continues.
It continues.
Anyway, we'll see. Those not satisfied with their first life can always go to the second life.
That's right.
Any second lifers in here?
I've been.
Yeah.
You've
Been? Yeah, I've hung around, you go flying and all that sort of
That's
stuff.
the best part.
A lot of people are saying that Google is kind of vying for this same space in
yeah.
that they're going to use Google Earth and, mix it up with that, what's that other program that they had? I can't remember its name, but it does 3D animations. And they're kind of moving towards that. It's an interesting
With
little...
using the
thing.
planet Earth, like
Yes, exactly.
that's going to be.
well, I don't
hot.
want someone
So
living in my
you
house.
you can buy property, like buy New York.
Sure, yeah.
Oh.
They haven't figured out how to monetize it like Second Life has,
Right.
but it's kind of heading in that direction. So we're going to keep a geek eye on that one.
Good thinking.
That
Yeah.
monetizing thing is freaky. Man,
It-
you're
it
buying
really is.
nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's like advertising. You buy airspace,
Yeah.
but you're reaching a certain...
But have you seen those galleries in Second Life? You walk into a building that someone fabricated, and there's just like artwork everywhere hanging that represents clothing or just skins
Oh,
or
that-
any kind of thing that they created. It's just like really freaky, and everything's got a price tag on it. It's like overdone. It's almost like
Well, that kind of
too
scares
much.
me. I mean, you see what kids do with MySpace profiles.
Yeah,
The
oh.
MySpace profiles, you can barely read any text
So
because
tacky.
it's so freaking tacky, gaudy.
Gaudy.
And if people are going to do this on Second Life, you get gaudy in 3D.
Yeah.
So I hope people use a little more discretion on how they design their areas.
Yeah, me too.
Interesting.
Moving on.
That Sealand was up for sale, right? That's
Oh,
that's that
Sealand
kind
is
of
cool.
barrier. It was a whole war. What is it?
The guy built his own island.
Well, it was already existing, but
he bought it and
claimed
made
it,
it an island.
right?
Yeah,
And
right.
I think he makes a fair chunk of change out of it
Sure.
as well. I mean, you're talking stamps and postcards. And all
Right,
that
right, yeah.
and it's up for sale. So he's
It's just
been
like an oil rig, right?
Yeah, it's like an oil rig.
Yeah.
It was used in World War II, I believe, as gun turrets and whatnot.
Wicked.
So he's looking to sell that for a fair chunk of change. And the guys at Pirate Bay, I think it was, were interested in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had already sort of advertised kind of their association with them, right?
Well, they wanted to buy it. They said they were in talks.
Right, and they were calling for people to donate money to do so. It doesn't look like they're going to actually go ahead with it, but they have raised $20,000 for it. So they're going for Plan B, which is to buy their own island and claim it as their own nation.
You
Awesome.
can get an island for 20 grand.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were that cheap.
Well, I mean, they're far away from anything and doing anything.
Highly
on them is-
inaccessible, but
Exactly. I
you
mean,
can buy
bringing
them.
wood to them is difficult, let alone, cable TV.
So they're disappointed that the Sealand government have not been answering their emails.
Wow.
It's too bad.
So
too
what do you
bad.
think the deal is? If Pirate Bay owns their own island, they can therefore pirate the living shit out of
I
it?
wonder, there's like no rules kind of...
Because they're the ones
Well,
that
that's
got sued successfully.
The problem with no rules is that when there's no rules, governments get away with murder.
Mm-hmm.
When they want to.
So you think they're gonna have like death fights videotaped on the island that we get to watch? It'd be fucking awesome.
I don't know. But,
Monkey
what's
Night
to stop...
Island.
What's to stop, any particular country, say a juggernaut like the United States of America, from saying, we're tired of this copyright stuff and there's enough lobbyists. Let's just, we're going to go to war against Pirate Bay.
Wow.
The problem with having their own sovereign entity is that they're not defended by anybody. They have no rights in the international scene. I mean, you have other than UN, but I mean, as we've seen from our own president, that really doesn't matter on the scale of things, the scheme of things.
But that's politics.
Yep.
It's all politics.
We're here for technology.
That's exactly right. Technology. We love research too. Research.
I do it all day.
Bunch of folks who are known as the Solutions Research Group, or SRG, have found that American consumers turn to downloadable films, right? And those people who download the films, generally illegally, don't consider it to be wrong or illegal.
Right.
Which is an interesting find, and I have downloaded a film many years ago just to test it out, just to
See the
Guard,
technology.
seize him.
see what the
Right.
kiddies are doing and
Right,
stuff
right,
like
right.
that, because part of research, and felt a little bit guilty.
Yeah. Well, I went to film school
Ah,
and made films
Right.
and worked with films, and I've watched pirated films before. And I gotta say, with the prices of theaters and the scratch discs that you find often in rental houses and Netflix,
right.
the guilt level isn't that bad. I mean, it's okay. I can deal with it.
Well,
sometimes.
I'm looking for being able to download it for a small fee.
Oh yeah, I
Very
mean,
small
if there's Drew said this before. 99 cents for an album, or a song, maybe he said for a song, is realistic. Yeah, 99
It
cents
is.
a song is realistic. He wouldn't mind paying that. So for a movie, what are you thinking?
Couple of bucks.
Well, no, that's how much you pay for the movie.
Right.
$4, $3.
Yeah, I'd go for 3 or 4.
$3.95,
Absolutely. Yeah,
something like that.
it's like with your DirecTV or TiVo, you can actually do it for watch it for $3.99.
Right.
So
Well, as long as they don't have any crappy DRM, like once you have it, you can only watch it for this many hours, or you can't burn it on this media or whatever. I mean, you should own it and have it.
right, and maybe that would kind of nip the whole downloading thing in the bud.
Maybe.
I think that what hurts, the film industry and the music industry is the perceived greed,
Yeah.
and they're seen as well, more in the music industry, they're seen as pretty much raping the artist financially,
Sure.
and everyone just the music's more so than in movies. I mean, Harrison Ford is living pretty large,
Yeah.
and he's a talented man and deservedly so, but at the same time, no one's really weeping, It's like the South Park episode. No one's gonna cry if Lars Ulrich has to wait,
Yeah,
2 more
right.
weeks to get his Shark Tank bar.
Gold-plated Shark
Gold-plated.
Tank.
That's
bar.
true. My concern is mainly the people who actually make the movies. Your gaffers and your grips and your the actual people behind the scene, the cameraman.
They're all union.
Do
Don't worry
they?
about them.
Well, that's true.
Don't worry about them.
That's true. That
They
does
get paid plenty.
Okay, fair enough. MySpace. MySpace.
What is that? I've heard a lot of buzz about MySpace.
What is this, MySpace?
I don't know. Some space.
myspace.com. Check it out. Lots of people, lots of kiddies on there. They're blocking Reva.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's
exactly.
gotta
What's
piss
up with
off
that?
Mickey.
Oh yeah, Mickey Criminal will be none too happy with that. Wikipedia.com.
Well, what's the deal?
Of course.
I mean, why block a specific content?
Because they're
provider?
making money.
Right, Reva users actually make money from Reva, and so
Why would MySpace give a fuck? Really? I
Does
mean,
it come out of their pocket at all?
No.
no, it doesn't. It takes away from possibly people using their video service?
Oh,
You know what?
Conflict of interest. They're
I know
serving
what it
ads,
is.
and there's ads on Rever.
Oh, exactly. The conflict of ads. It'll be tied on, ad and then some other detergent, and they can't compete because often they'll happen it would happen at the same time because
Right.
they're randomly generated, both of them.
Sure.
You can't,
Especially if they're
compete against.
content-generated ads.
Right, and
so.
who would take the legal bite for that? MySpace would. Not
I can
the
see why they're
individual
doing it, but at the same time, why would you host your video on MySpace anyway?
Exactly.
It's not a very effective means, and
No.
I don't know. It's just not a very effective means. I mean, use Blip. Use someone who's in the business for that.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, I'm dirty on MySpace. Dirty on it. iTunes. A lot of people like iTunes,
They do.
but a lot of people don't like iTunes. Particularly our mates up there in Scandinavia. Ja, hoik and fleur.
Norway, no? Yeah, he said, yeah, Hoyt and Fleur, dude. You know, I mean,
Fleur.
Come on.
you want to
Get up
freaking
with it.
expand your horizons a little bit?
Sorry.
You didn't watch the Swedish
Not
Chef
impressed,
on the
Smith.
Muppets? Come on.
Oh!
Yeah, we can all do our crappy impressions now.
That's exactly right. So then I'm too happy, particularly our Norwegian mates up there in Norway.
Oh!
That's why we call them Norwegians.
I gotcha.
They're all
Are they the
tight.
ones that make the hand lotion and the lip stuff and the cold medicine? Or is that
And-
the Swiss?
Nokia? Don't they make
No,
Anyway.
that's Finland.
That's Finland. Sorry, Finland. Don't be
Opera,
mad.
mates at Opera are up there.
Oh, yeah, Opera.
in Norway. So they're saying that they don't like the whole DRM thing. They think it's unfair. In addition, they think that they've got a bit of a monopoly on the market, and they don't like that either. Not very happy. Smitty did some digging. He actually went up to Norway. He did some Danska skiing and did some damage.
What else do they do up there?
In Norway?
Sails.
They've got fjords.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got like
Lots of fjords.
yeah,
That's
That's
Those
the place to go if you're into
Vi-
fjords.
Vikings and stuff like that.
Ah.
Schmitty, what's the issue, mate?
Well, basically, they're pissed because of DRM on iTunes. They think that they're basically monopolizing the industry because any music you get through iTunes, you can't use it anywhere else. So they basically find it as a monopolization of the music you download through them. So countries like Germany and France are also joining such banning of iTunes. So it should be pretty interesting next few months.
Wow.
Hopefully, potentially forcing them to maybe lift the
what
DRM
else
issue.
they did.
Yeah, double-edged sword. I mean, there's two things here. You know, like first off, yeah, I think it's really lame that they have an MP3 player that changes all your music to MP4 when it
Right.
can play MP3s just as easily.
Sure.
I think that's lame. I think it's lame that they're almost like forcing users who aren't unaware of this to put DRM on music that they already have. They've
Right.
ripped probably from their own collection, and that's pretty lame. I think it's lame as ignorant. As far as iTunes goes, I really don't know what the issue is. I think the DRM is crap. You know,
Sure.
I do. I really think it's crap. But at the same time, what are you gonna do when if I buy a Gillette razor, I have to buy Gillette razor blades.
Right.
Is that a monopoly?
Wow.
If a tree falls.
I mean, where do they draw the line? Basically, is what I'm saying. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe the way the law works in Norway is that Gillette, to sell razor blades in Norway, has to license their little connector patent for other people to sell blades too. I don't know how it is there, so I can't really comment.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, I think it's lame anyway. If you want an MP3 player and you don't want to even be caught up in this bullshit, just get like a Zen Vision. Or,
Exactly.
That's a fabulous dissection by Sir the Very Reverend Adam Plant. And very lame indeed, you must admit. Speaking of lame, he's got his iris on the virus.
Speaking of lame,
People constantly hounding me on the streets. They grab me, they say Flemmo.
All the time.
You know, our plant saved my life.
Wow.
Plant saved my life. I say,
must be,
I'll
because-
pass that on to him.
because in the business of reporting virus news.
Yeah.
When business is slow, that's great. And business sucks. So I gotta say that there's two things. These are updates. These aren't even like viruses
Okay.
or known exploits. There was the known exploit we reported last week with QuickTime. The buffer overflow issue with the RTSP, and that's real-time streaming protocol.
Ooh.
One
Nice
of those
acronym.
protocols.
Fixed?
I have a few. Yes, there's a patch for it.
Tick.
Done.
Tick.
So best place I saw for the patch, because for Windows and all that kind of Mac, whatever you're gonna do, check out our boys. I say them every week. isc.sans.org. That's the Internet Storm Center.
Fucking
Awesome guys, and other users who posted said that I had this much success with this way of updating it, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're not going to
Great
listen
little
to
community.
me on your MP3 player while you're updating it. You might as well just go there and see how it's done.
Right. Passing the buck. Fair enough.
The other update is in your JRE. That's Java. That's the Java runtime environment. Chances are you're using something that has it on there. So there's a little bit to be aware of when you're updating a JRE though, and you need to update any of your Java applications like Azirius or anything like that that's using Java to run. Once you update that, then update your Sun Microsystems JRE, because JRE is version specific. So if you update your JRE without updating your software, you could hose software you're already running on your machine.
Oh,
You don't wanna do
hosing
that.
is bad.
So make sure
Don't
that
like
you
hosing.
find what Java apps you're using, update those first, and then update your JRE.
Right. If you want to learn how to do that, you can always write to info@bestdamntech.com, and this guy over here will promptly return your email.
I'll probably just send you a link.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Good stuff, Plant. Always good stuff. We love it. We love it indeed. To our international watchers and listeners,
Abroad.
we're coast to coast now. Seattle is here. Philly, New York,
You
here.
gotta flip that there. Looking at.
Right.
Yeah.
Flip that around in your heads. So we're coast to coast. We cover the two, and this is courtesy of our very good mate, Dr. Drew. He's over there. He's in amongst it. He's got his, as ZZ Top says, fingers on the pulse.
That's right.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got another one down here too. There's
Right.
another one.
Oh, well, hello.
Anyway.
All right. Woo! So he went to the Seattle Podcasters meetup at Microsoft Studios.
I know.
He broke in.
It's the only way they would let him in.
Yeah, really.
Well, the only way he would get in anyway.
Yeah.
So here's some video footage of that, and a little snippet with one Chris Perillo.
Ooh.
I'm curious, is there a term that's being used to describe this much more interactive form of audio and video blogging? And do you think that that's going to be the next step?
I think it was my first step. In fact, I know it was my first step. Back when Gnome Decks 4 happened down in Lake Tahoe, there were a group of us that were there, a few people in the RSS space, Steve Gilmore. Adam Curry wasn't there, but he was listening in, as was Dave Weiner. Steve Gilmore was beating the drum about podcasting, and we were sitting up there talking about it. Eric Rice was in the audience, and he grokked it right away. Nick Bradbury from Feed Demon, now NewsGator, was there. It was a pivotal moment. At the end of that conference, if we had planned it anyway, I announced the fact that I was going to start doing this show online, a live show with a real phone. So, do I think it's the future? I think it's the past. I think the tools are now in place to make it easier for people to do. But I think everything old is new again.
Yeah, Perillo gets around. And
So
now
true.
our very own Dr. Drew gets around too, which is great. We love that.
Yeah, he's doing wonderful things out there for us.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Also, what we love, tech it out. Tech this out, people. Tech it out. I don't know if any of you, probably not interesting to our international people,
Right.
but the State of the Union was on this last week.
And it's more interesting to international audiences than other.
It probably
nations.
is, actually.
I mean,
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, our last congressional elections
Yeah.
were highly watched.
Yeah,
in the international
our
scene.
scumbag president is way more famous than your scumbag president.
Exactly. He's
That's
so
how-
bad
I
that
mean,
other countries are
come
worrying
Right. Well,
about his bad.
apparently American Idol just blew away State of the Union on TV, so it may be a reflection of the popularity of
Oh,
what
man.
was it, one George
I don't even.
W.
What would you rather watch? I mean, if you
Bad.
were
Both are
forced
really
to.
painful.
If you were
Pretty
forced
painful.
to.
I think I would watch the State of the Union.
Really? Yeah,
I
me
would.
too.
Oh, it was on.
I don't care.
Oh, those fuck ups are hilarious.
Are you? Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, right. It's the results show of the fucking.
Because the State of the Union is told by a fuck up too, as far as I'm concerned.
President Bush cracked when trying to hit a high F in Loving You.
But where he did get the F's was in his presidency.
And instead of Simon Cowell, you've got who's the other guy against the Democrat guy?
Webb.
Webby, yeah. Instead of Simon Cowell, you got Webby criticising the president.
Virginia.
But the thing is that I mean we're about tech, not politics. Keep reminding you.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong?
Plugged.com,
No E.
pluggd.com, no E, very 2.0 people, has come up with this here technology where you're actually able to search audio. So that if you want to search for nuclear in the whole speech, it'll highlight exactly where it is.
And
Even-
not just mentions of the word nuclear
Things
or
related.
nuclear,
Oh yeah,
but things related to it.
related
such
to
as
it
fission
as well.
or reactor
So freaking
or
clever.
Or
Chernobyl.
even
Right.
Bush's bad pronunciation of the word nuclear.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
definitely worth checking out, especially if you have certain topics that really you like and
Yeah.
If
you
you're
want to.
searching for anything about Katrina, you'll find nothing.
Noticeably absent, yes.
That topic
As a matter of
was
fact, that's true.
Gone
Mm-hmm.
in the State of the Union.
Interesting.
So you can check that out at plug.com /state the union. Or I think actually Drew does a little blurb on how to do it.
I'm sure if you
How
go to
to.
plug.com, there's going to be a link
Blog.plug.com
directly
as well.
on plug.com.
Yeah, it's pretty
be
prominent
right
on
on the front
plug.com.
page.
Yeah,
It's a
lots
big
of-
Well, they did an awesome job with it, so
Yeah, it's a big get for them.
type in anything
Listen,
you want.
check this out.
Take
right?
the shit out.
Schmitty got a Wii. Schmitty got a Wii.
Finally.
And you know what we've noticed? He's buff already. He's buff. It's a workout machine, people.
Yeah. Oh,
You're playing
geez.
your tennis. You sweat, working up a sweat. Look at him. Come on, show us those guns. Hello.
I don't know what you're talking about,
Oh.
Paul.
Right,
Back to them. Right,
right.
there.
He sits around eating pizzas all day, and he doesn't work out at all.
Yeah,
But
the
now,
guy's diet is terrible.
now he's like toned and buff and
Right.
shit like that. So it's Wii.
Yeah. The best benefit about it is it's two controller system because you really get to build up that off wrist.
He can break a sweat.
The offers. Schmitty knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In addition to getting fit and working out and being entertained at the same time, you can now get your news courtesy of AP. Not
That's
AP,
right.
Associated
Wrong
Press.
AP.
Associated Press.
Exactly, breaking news stories and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, built right into the OS.
Really, really
Weather
cool.
and news.
Right. Using the Opera browser.
Opera browser, of course,
In
comes with
Wii.
it.
It's a branded Opera browser that's behind that, basically.
Yeah.
Really neat. Really
That'd
neat.
be good.
With well, that's not the web or the or that's not the weather or the news really. That's
Supposedly the news will be accessed through the Opera browser.
oh okay.
From what I just read, now it's
They
early.
actually have a news channel. When you
Right.
originally come up, you
Yeah,
have a forecast channel for the weather, the news channel, and then you also have what is currently the trial version of the Opera browser.
Okay.
The internet powered by Opera.
Right.
Just quickly, initial thoughts on your Wii, mate?
It's fucking amazing.
Amazing.
He likes
I
it.
love it. I highly recommend it to anybody who's looking to get a new system. PlayStation 3 sucks. Xbox 360 is amazing.
Yeah.
Just the interaction it brings from just people to people and then like people to the system for the Wii is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a totally different experience from
That's fun.
from the Xbox 360.
That's
your
what
stomach
I'm hearing.
growling? Whose stomach was growling?
That was probably
No,
yours.
no comment.
Next story there for us. Check this out, please. ZZ Top
Avenue.
Avenue.
Excuse me, Avenue.
AVVEN.
So Web 2.0.
Very good one.
Avenue has a new product that allows you to listen to your iTunes music connection from any web browser on a Windows PC, Mac, or Windows Mobile 5 smartphone.
Yeah, that's
Interesting, huh?
right. Yeah. So
Allow the users to store up to 250 songs on the servers.
on their servers. Yep.
hmm And you play those songs remotely.
Right, go anywhere. You got your
Fantastic.
little palmy thing and do your.
So cool.
Who needs an iPhone, right?
So neat.
Everybody
Right.
there.
That's excellent. Plans. Next ticket out.
Best damn blogging extension, period.
Thanks to the folks at Flock.
Our boys at Flock are always on it.
Got a nice little extension. We will put it up on our site, bestdamntech.com. Check it out. If you haven't checked out Flock, do so.
It's awesome.
Oh, hello.
Jinx!
Stereo!
You jinx me on a show where we have to talk, you asshole.
Jinx, I win!
Jinx,
You don't get to punch me in the arm either.
Really? Speaking of punching.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
That was a
Joy,
good segue.
Come here. Come on. Come
Bring
on.
it in. Bring
Get
it in. Don't be
Bring it
bashful.
in.
No, for real. Bring
Come on, I
it
want
in.
to see.
Okay.
I want to see. I want to
Physically.
see because we have a lot of it. Bring it in. No, pull it out. Tech Biffo, people. Tech Biffo. There's a lot of Tech Biffo going on. We're on Tech Biffo. There's lots of. Ooh, it's rough. It's rough out there,
Yeah.
Paul, and there's lots of stuff. I love seeing it. It gets boring otherwise.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
Yeah, this is the stuff that I love. Wikipedia, of course, people are kind of a bit down on it, a bit dirty on it. It seems as though Microsoft have paid a blogger to change the information on the Microsoft Wikipedia page. So, a few people got wind of it. And, it's created a whole hue and cry, a big stir, a frenzy, if you like.
As it should.
Yeah. As it
Dirty.
So as it stands
Dirty
now,
deeds.
Wikipedia is updated and changed by anyone, correct?
There's a
pretty
review board.
much. There is a review process, and it depends on the actual subject matter.
But if you're coherent, you can get it done.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, I guess they just need to change it up a little bit. Make it a little more strict.
Well, here's Microsoft's
I don't know.
take on it. They thought that the actual content that was on the page was not right, not accurate, and they thought that some IBMers got in there and started changing a lot of that stuff. So they took a proactive approach and went in there and
To correct.
to correct the information. Yeah, exactly. So, it's interesting. It's great. It's great
Yeah.
stuff to see. I'm loving it, and. I think Jimmy Walesy, the founder of Wikipedia, he said, it's disappointing if this sort of stuff happens, but that's the nature of the beast, essentially.
Yeah.
So, it's fun.
Big week news-wise for Wikipedia.
Yeah.
There was that. There was the Citizendium thing.
Citizendium.
I don't even know what
Yeah,
the
this
hell that
is-
means.
Please.
This is a guy that originally helped found Wikipedia, and then decided that it wasn't scholarly enough. Like
Yes.
too many people could just get in there. And I wish I had his name. I was just trying to look it up, but too many people were trying to get in and edit stuff. And he thought, well, it should be a little more scholarly than Wikipedia. So Wikipedia is a little too open source.
He was an educator, that's right.
So first it was only scholars could update stuff, but then they opened it up. So they're trying to, they're trying to compete now with Wikipedia because he started his own thing, and basically, it's like Wikipedia only a little more monitored. It's a lot more like
I like that.
highbrow, sophisticated, scholarly academic
More
types
reliable information.
on there. Well, more reliable according to the
Right.
academics, which
In theory. more
academics
reliable.
don't know things; they just teach us things.
Right.
No, but I do think that some of the information is going to hit. Some of it is going to be some of that information though. Like scholars, they stick to the books. What about the cutting edge technology stuff?
Well, then
Wikipedia is going to win there.
the real benefit would be using both.
Yeah, I would definitely use
happy
both.
medium.
And they also this week cut out. There was a guy who had a business for $100. He would have somebody put a Wikipedia article about your business, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And Wikipedia pretty much denied him.
Yeah.
No, any content
They do
posted
that.
near you is going to get taken out. And he put up a big stink saying, "What about the rewards thing?" And it's like, well, most of the people do that trading posts.
Right.
They're not actually trading money. At the most, $50, but $100, you're always turning into a business. That's unscrupulous. You're abusing the very concept of Wikipedia.
Well-
and I agree with that.
Yeah,
but that's true. I mean, Wikipedia is huge SEO, search. It always appears in the first, pages, couple of pages of a search. So, as a business, that
Well,
would be
Wikipedia is
very
like the
valuable.
content king. In
sure.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you can't allow people to sell things for $50, but not $100. I mean, you either have to limit it to no cash
Well,
transactions.
the difference is
or-
that it was like, you're knowledgeable in the subject. Can I pay you $50 to post? And it was like, okay, I'll do it. Probably, maybe would have done it without the money. This guy was actually using Wikipedia as a marketing tool.
Right, oh yeah.
And, it's not so much the money, it's in the actual abuse of Wikipedia in general.
Right, yeah, right.
And although you can say, well, you're allowing this, you're allowing that, the end of the day, when you look at the moral incentive, this guy was doing it for money and other people were doing it just for sheer information with money involved. It's a very gray area. And when there's gray area, you have to look deeper into it than just $50, $100. What's the difference?
Right. Fair enough. Good insight. Plant. Finally on Tech Biffo. It was Australia Day last Friday. Yeah, barbecues and beers.
Yeah.
Good
Well, it's
one.
Australia.
Yeah, good one. It's
It's a little colony owned by the
Yeah,
British.
right. They fill it with their corn beaks.
Is that the peanut colony? They make peanuts there?
The Canary Islands, right? That's what it is.
It's not invited. Rand, you're coming to Australia with me next time.
I
not
can't
when
wait.
go.
Can't wait.
I wasn't invited after the scene I made last year.
on Australia Day, there was actually a battle of the skies between Microsoft and Google.
Wait, a battle of disguise or the
skies, the things that are above you.
There's
not
just
the
one
ceiling.
above me. I don't know how many skies you get.
Well, there's lots of skies. It's like the seven seas, It's kind of so here you have on one hand you've got Google. They're launching their new Australia Google Maps, and so they took photos of people out and about on Australia Day. Encouraging them to be out, do stuff,
Walk
topless.
Really? Topless?
Oh sure, we go topless.
Well, no,
on the
I mean,
beaches.
Australia, that Australia. Yeah, let's go.
The one with the titties.
It's not uncommon that you'll see a couple of white pointers there on the beach.
He's talking about waves.
Shush.
Those are white caps.
And Microsoft, on the other hand, was doing a look up and smile campaign where they were trying to get more photos, aerial photography of Australians doing what the Australians do best, which is having
Be
a
topless.
good old time.
Oh,
Good old time.
That's the same thing.
looking up in the sky and smiling.
You can actually see them on, I think it's lookupandsmile.com on that, and the other one is maps.google.com.au.
That's
or
pretty
something
cool.
along those lines. So, Tech Biffo.
You know what I predict in the future? There's going to be a resurgence of the Hands Across America type initiatives, where people will start to doing these large outdoor human mass.
I'm not embarrassed to
demonstrations.
say it. I was in that line.
Yeah,
I was there.
I
It's
think
across
it's gonna
America
come
back
back,
in the
man.
80s.
It may well do.
I did it. I don't care that we failed. I did it.
Yeah.
I was like 6 or 7.
You were the kink in the chain.
That's not true, man. I held those
true.
hands tight.
Absolutely. So that's what they were actually encouraging people to
Yeah.
get together groups, and I think there was a beach that actually made them look like a surf lifesaver cap, so they could
That's cool.
take a shot of that. So it's pretty cool.
yeah. I
little
mean, think about it. You can see yourself when you go home
thing. yeah.
that night. You
You
know,
zoom in.
it'd be probably the image would probably be done and up online before you made it back to your house.
Maybe exactly. That's it. That's all we have time for today, people. Too much stuff in too little time.
Yeah.
But we will, again, be here. Rest
We will.
assured. The very Reverend Sir Adam Plant, thank you for being here. You'll be here next week.
Oh yeah.
Very good. ZZ Top / Rand McNally / Rand Bradbury.
That's right.
Ooh, I know it.
Wow.
Release his real name, roadieshow.com. Check that out.
roadieshow.com.
Of course, Dr. Drew, thank you, over there, somewhere.
Splendid.
That way.
For your
No, that way.
participation, b.drew.olenoff.com, and of course, Striggity.com
That's great,
continues
Striggity.
to gain traction, and people are digging it. Big time.
Flemo.org,
Oh,
our
that's-
Australian host.
That's me.
Oh,
You'll,
yeah.
you'll see the
Oh,
occasional
man, it's a good
post
thing
these
you're here.
days.
Right.
The occasional post. I'm a bit busy with the kitty, so
Right.
not
Yeah,
as
yeah,
much
me
time.
too.
Yeah, you can check out the kitty at any of Flemo.org's websites.
Of
Very,
course you
I
can.
gotta say that's very new age of you to breastfeed your boy. Like,
If you've got them,
Right.
Yeah,
Flunk 'em. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Little man milk never hurt
This is
any
fabulous. Schmitty, of course. Thanks for joining us. Iggy and maybe Ryan is part of the Peanut Gallery, rounding it out.
Yeah.
And of course, you all. Always a pleasure to have you here.
You especially.
Come and join us again next time, where we discuss tech news, tech
Technology.
reviews, opinions, and tech tidbits.
Right, but
I
less
said it.
politics.
No, no politics. We generally don't do
That's
that.
for best in.
Tidbits.
Mhm.
Tidbits.
Tidbits.
More so. Until then, have a geek week. Now piss off.
We go with you. Bugger out. That's another one.
Bugger off.
Bugger off.
You wankers.
Bugger in.
Bugger in. Bugger on.